Hello and a very warm welcome. Right now, Congress, the leader Siddaramaiah is holding a press conference. Let's cut across live.
ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಮಾನ್ಯ ಗೌರವಾನ್ವಿತ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಿಗೆ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಹಿರಿಯರು ಮತ್ತು ಜನತಾದಳದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ದೇವೇಗೌಡರವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಲಿಖಿತ ಮೂಲಕ ಅವರಿಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಯಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಮುಖಂಡರು ಕೂಡ ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಮುಖಂಡರು ಕೂಡ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರನ್ನು ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವರು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇಳಿ ಅದಾನಂತರ ಹೇಳೋರಂತೆ
happiness in you that you will form a government.
It is not a question of happiness or unhappiness.
ನಾವು ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. Modalities, all the rest of the modalities will be decided later. ನಾವು ಮಿಕ್ಕ ಎಲ್ಲ ತೀರ್ಮಾನಗಳನ್ನು ತದನಂತರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಈಗ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಕೇಳ್ರಿ ಅನ್ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ಹೇಳದಂತೆ AICC All India Congress Party has taken a decision to support JDS. JDS is going to form the government with the help of the Congress. That is the decision we have taken. The Congress has resolved ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷವನ್ನ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡಲು ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಕೇಳ್ರಿ ಹೇಳತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ವೈದ್ಯರು ಸೋಹರಿ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಿಗೆ ಪತ್ರದ ಮೂಲಕ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನ ಪಕ್ಷದ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನ ಜೆಡಿಎಸ್ನ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದಂಥ ದೇವೇಗೌಡರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಪತ್ರದ ಮೂಲಕ ತಿಳಿಸಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಪರಮೇಶ್ವರ್ ಅವರು, ಗುಲಾಂ ನಬಿ ಆಜಾದ್ ಅವರು, ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು, ವೇಣುಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಅವರು, ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರು, ಅಶೋಕ್ ಗೆಹ್ಲೋಟ್ ರಾಜಸ್ಥಾನದ ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು, ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ನಿಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅವರ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಸಿಂಧಿಯಾ ಅವರು ಮತ್ತೆ ರಮೇಶ್ ಬಾಬು ಲಾಯರು, ಕುಪೇಂದ್ರ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ, ಫರೂಕ್ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ನಿಯೋಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಾವು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಟು ಗವರ್ನರ್. ನಾವು JDSಗೆ ಬೆಂಬಲ ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ JDS ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಪ್ಪಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
All right, so these were the live visuals that we were getting from outside the Raj Bhavan, where we heard Congress leaders there saying that they have staked a form to stake the claim to form the government with the help of the JDS. So that is the Karnataka verdict. At the moment, it is obviously a hung assembly, but the BJP has emerged as the single largest party, but failing to cross the halfway mark. The Congress, of course, learning from its past mistakes in Manipur and Goa, where it reacted late, but today it sprang a surprise. It offered support to the JDS, and both Yediyurappa as well as Kumaraswamy were at the governor's house a short while back at the Raj Bhavan, saying that they should be the one who should be invited to form the government. Both of them are saying that, and what happens next obviously depends entirely on the governor of the state, Vajubhai Wala. So that is how the things stand at the moment. It is a hung assembly that we are seeing in Karnataka. The BJP emerging as the single largest party, but woefully falling short of the majority in the Karnataka assembly. And this has obviously made the JDS the kingmaker. And in fact, the Congress, they're offering the chief ministerial post to Kumaraswamy, and then agreeing with JDS becoming actually more than a kingmaker. Congress offering unconditional support to the JDS to form the government in the state. And together, these parties have enough seats to cross the halfway mark, and the ball is clearly in the governor's court at the moment. Both of them, in fact, these were the visuals earlier where we saw Kumaraswamy coming out. The party was supposed to be the kingmaker. That is what the exit polls had said. But in the present scenario, the party has emerged more than the kingmaker.
ಅಖಿಲ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ನಾಯಕರು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ವಾನುಮತದಿಂದ ಕೂತು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬೆಂಬಲವನ್ನು ಸೂಚಿಸತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. JDS ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಬೆಂಬಲವನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಿಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಒಂದು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಮೇರೆಗೆ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಿಗೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಬೆಂಬಲದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಕ್ಷೇತರ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಶಾಸಕರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂಥದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವತ್ತು ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಿಗೆ ಅನುಮತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೋರಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಪತ್ರವನ್ನು ಎರಡೂ ಪಕ್ಷಗಳ ನಾಯಕರು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಅಫಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಚುನಾವಣಾ ಆಯೋಗದಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಪಕ್ಷಗಳಿಗೆ ಏನು ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಅವ್ರ ನಿರ್ಧಾರವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಾತು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮನವಿ ಪತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಸರ್, ಅವರು 2 ದಿವಸ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಯಡಿಯೂರಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ ಅವರು 2 ದಿವಸ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ 2 ದಿವಸ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೋ ಕ್ಲೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ನೀವು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು. ನನ್ನ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ
ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಕಮಲ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ.
ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಸುದ್ದಿಗಳು ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಹೌದು,
ಅದರಲ್ಲೇನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು 2 ದಿವಸ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹಿಂದೆ 2008ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೆಲವು ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಕಮಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಕಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಬಾರಿಯೂ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸವನ್ನು ಹೊರಟಿರಬಹುದು.
ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಕಾನೂನು ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಬಲದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದು. ನಮ್ಮದು ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಬಲ ಈಗ ಘೋಷಿತ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಬಲ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮನವರಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಪಾಲರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಅವರು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಮಿಷನಿಂದ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ತರಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಖ್ಯಾಬಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾನೂನಿನ ಚೌಕಟ್ಟಿನೊಳಗಡೆ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾನೂನು ರೀತಿಯ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇದೆ. They may try.
Okay.
They may try because BJP is known for it. Their antecedent is in 2008. They tried and they have succeeded. This time they may try. They will not succeed. ಯಾವುದು ಅದಲ್ರಿ ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? ನಾವು ಎರಡೂ ಪಕ್ಷದವರು ಮತ್ತು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಸೇರಿ 78, 38 ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು? 116 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 2 ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ 118 ಜನ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 111 ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು 118 ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಕಾನೂನು ರೀತ್ಯ ನಮಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
All right. So that was H.D. Kumaraswamy there. And he was saying that they have the numbers with them and it doesn't matter what Yediyurappa is saying, and because he's also gone and staked a claim to form the government. He says we are confident because we have the numbers, and he also said that we have full confidence in the governor, and we hope that he is going to choose what is right, and he is going to invite us to form the government. That is what H.D. Kumaraswamy has said. In fact, a similar notion was also shown by the BJP camp as well. Let us get a perspective on this story. Vishal Daya, my colleague, is now joining us on the phone line. Vishal, it is a very fluid situation at the moment because both the camps have reached the governor and both are saying that they are the ones who should be entitled to form the government in the state. So what happens next obviously will depend entirely on the governor of the state, Wajubhai Wala. What is the precedence here, or what does the constitution say who should be invited to form the government?
Well, it's a very interesting political situation, Aishwarya, and this is the last lap in the race for the power in the state of Karnataka. We've seen both camps, staking claim to form the government in last half an hour to 45 minutes. First, B.S. Yediyurappa, who reached governor's residence and staked claim. Then it was the Congress JDS combined, and we saw a united face there being put up by both sides. We could see senior Congress leaders like D.K. Shivakumar and Parmeshwara accompanying H.D. Kumaraswamy and Siddaramaiah to the governor's residence. They also had Ghulam Nabi Azad, Congress's leader of opposition, in the upper house, and Mallikarjun Kharge, their leader, in the lower house. Clearly, it was something which both parties looks like have thought through in the past few hours. They had a plan in place and they have staked claim. What they say now is that the governor has told them that he will go by the rules which are prescribed in such a situation. And there are two scenarios here. One is that the governor chooses to give the first chance to form the government and prove the majority to the single largest party. There is a S.R. Bommai judgment which is there, which says that the single largest party should be given the first chance to form the government and prove majority. But then there are other aberrations as well to this judgment, and there are precedents also. For example, the BJP recently had formed a government in Goa and in Manipur, despite the fact that the Congress was the single largest party. And that is the fact which the Congress leaders have been quoting since afternoon today, saying that if BJP can go ahead and do that in Goa and Manipur, they can also go ahead and do this in the state of Karnataka. But also, apart from these two, there have been previous precedents as well, where in the parties which have not emerged as the single largest and have, after the polling process is over, have formed a post-poll alliance to claim or rather stake the claim to form the government, have been invited, and they have formed the government in the past also. So clearly, the ball right now rests with the governor. It is there in the governor's court. It is for the governor to take a final call as to which way he wants to go and what are the rules by which he would go ahead and say that he would invite either the single largest party or those two parties which have now come up saying that they have a post-poll coalition and they want to form the government.
All right. Thank you so much, Vishal, for all those updates. There we'll keep coming back to you. So there are fast-moving developments that we are seeing in the state of Karnataka. It is up to the governor to take a call on whether to invite the Congress JDS to form a government because they say they have the numbers. On the other hand, we have the single largest party, the BJP, which has also staked a claim to form the government. In the morning, while it was the BJP that had taken all the leads and it was imminent that the party would form the government in the state, but thereafter in the afternoon we saw the trends changing, and in a sudden move we saw that the Congress said that it was ready to form the government with the JDS. Meanwhile, BJP's chief ministerial face in Karnataka, B.S. Yedurappa, has met with Governor Vajubhai and he has also staked claim to form the government in the state, is saying that the BJP has emerged as the single largest party in the state and hence it should be given the first chance to prove majority.
We met Governor Anant Kumar, myself, and all our leaders, and because we have got single largest party, and he allows to prove our majority in the assembly. So we have given the representation and we take proper decision.
All right, let's understand what is happening in Bangalore at the moment. My colleague Panchanan Mishra is joining us on the phone line. Panchanan, what is happening in Bangalore at the moment? Because the situation is obviously very fluid at the moment and the BJP has also rushed 3 of its union ministers there in Bangalore to cobble up the required numbers to form the government. What all is happening in Bangalore at the moment?
Yeah, sure. Major developments. You may say the major developments in couple of hours because before afternoon it was looking clear that the BJP is going to form the government and it will be very close and or almost get the majority to form the government. But after around 1 p.m. there was not clarity that, and suddenly Congress and this JDS decided to go along and form the government, and they also stake the claim to form the government. But it was the BJP who first came to Raj Bhavan to stake the claim to form the government. Yedurappa came here and his reasoning was that being the single largest party, he should be called to form the government. And after that from Congress and JDS, the leaders came here at Raj Bhavan and they staked the claim. And just some minutes, few minutes from now, they left from the Raj Bhavan, and now Raj Bhavan has to take a call. It's up to the governor to whom he may call to form the government, because being a single largest party, BJP has claimed that governor should call them, and it is the Raj Bhavan sources said that today itself by the 8 p.m. there will be a decision from the Raj Bhavan to call any party to form the government, and now all eyes are on the Raj Bhavan, and let's see what happens.
Right, Panchanan, but isn't it ironical? We look at the mandate, the results. We have JDS, the party that has come third as far as the number of seats is concerned, and the two parties, the JDS and the Congress, have come together, and they're saying that H.D. Kumaraswamy should be made the chief minister. So they are saying that the party that came third in the numbers game, in the seat numbers, that from that party will have a chief minister.
Exactly. The main thing is that the Congress has decided that anyhow they want to refrain the BJP from forming the government. So they decided, and now it's been seen as a sacrifice to offer the CM post for the Kumaraswamy, the JDS party. And this is the planning I think the Congress has adopted to go along with the JDS, because they are eyeing it is for 2019 Lok Sabha election, and there is also news that there will be a pre-poll alliance for the 2019 election, because in this election there was no pre-poll alliance with Congress and JDS. But if the government formation is there and this combination works, then there is also you can say a configuration for 2019 election. But the BJP is also trying its hard because as I have mentioned that Yedurappa came here and he staked the claim to form the government, and being a single largest party in the case of SR Bombay, the floor test will be only and only in the House. So all are waiting for the governor's call to whom he is going to invite. And as I said earlier that by tonight it will be clear from Raj Bhavan.
But Panchanan, what does this entire mandate that we are seeing mean for the Congress party? While obviously the Congress party is along with the JDS saying that they should be invited to form the government in the state of Karnataka, but they are also saying that they have the largest vote share as well. But what does this mean really for the Congress party? Isn't it a big disappointment for the Congress party, because we saw Rahul Gandhi addressing so many rallies in the state. He had put all his heart and soul into the campaigning, and here we have a Congress party, it has only got close to 70 seats here. What does this mean really for not only the Congress party but also the image of its president Rahul Gandhi?
Exactly, Aishwarya. Rahul Gandhi has campaigned here in Karnataka intensely, and he went to different mutts and temples also, because unlike in other elections, but he changes his strategy. From Gujarat, we have seen that he adopted the strategy of going into mutt and temples. So he went for this soft Hindutva in this Karnataka election also, and it was their calculation of Congress party that it will work, but it is not so. And the factor of Ahinda, that we may say the Muslims and the Dalit, the combination is also not worked. And also the Lingayat issue, which was Congress was betting, as Siddharamaiah has given a special status for it, but it is suddenly looking that it backfires for the Congress. So as far as the Congress is concerned, the strategy has not worked. That is the reason they decided to sacrifice, I think, the CM post, being a large party, larger than this JDS. But they offered the CM post to Kumaraswamy at any cost to do away with the BJP in this state politics. So it's looking very interesting, and also for the 2019 election, because the time is not so far for the 2019 election, and they are now looking for a coalition type of thing to keep the BJP away. So all strategies are working here from BJP, from Congress and from JDS, and all the leaders visited Raj Bhavan also, and now we are waiting final call from Raj Bhavan.
Right. Thank you so much, Panchanan, for all those updates. We'll keep coming back to you. Let's go across to my colleague Akhilesh Suman, who is joining us live from Delhi outside the BJP headquarters. Akhilesh, what is the plan that the BJP has now at the moment? Because obviously they do not have the numbers, and Yedurappa has the stake claim to form the government. We understand that the three union ministers, the three BJP ministers are also in Bangalore to cobble up the numbers. What is the BJP's plan B now?
Actually, I had been telling earlier also that being the single largest party, BJP will stake the claim. And BJP now, Mr. Yedurappa has staked the claim. So you can understand that he has staked the claim with some support from the central party leadership and also from the central government. I know that at 7 p.m. here in the BJP headquarters, there will be BJP parliamentary party meeting. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Amit Shah is also supposed to come here. So I think the game is very open now. That governor may have to support, may have to give assent to the single largest party for showing the strength on the floor of the house. And there is one silver lining for the BJP also is coming, because see, the Vokaliga and Lingayat issue might come up. And what I am getting from my source is that Vokaliga and Lingayat, though they are traditionally rival caste, and now when Congress is supporting a Vokalida leader, Kumaraswamy, now there might be some sort of disappointment and maybe some rebellion come out from the Congress party itself against Mr. Kumaraswamy. And maybe at least as much as 7 MLAs, I am getting the 7 MLAs of Lingayat community may rebel from the Congress party on the issue of giving the chief ministerial post to Kumaraswamy. So it may be a very big thing if BJP gets the chance to prove the majority on the floor of the house. BJP may prove the majority on the floor of the house, even when the membership of some of the MLAs might go. But this is the situation at this moment, in the fluid situation, because of the rivalry, traditional rivalry between Vokaliga and Lingayat may come up, and that may go to the advantage of BJP. And I think that BJP planners are very meticulously trying to find out and trying to find up this difference and get the support of those Lingayats who have been hoping that Congress will form the government. And you know that Congress has gone overboard in declaring that Lingayat will be a minority, and now they are going in the Vokaliga camp. So this is this may become an issue, and BJP may take advantage of it. That is what I am getting from my sources in BJP.
All right. Thank you so much, Akhilesh, for all those updates there. So hectic parleys on in both the camps at the moment. And as Akhilesh was telling us that the BJP parliamentary party is going to meet at 7 p.m. and they are going to chalk out their future course of action, because B.S. Yediyurappa has taken claim to form the government. And so has the Congress and the JDS camp. So what happens will actually depend on what exactly is the governor going to decide. But things obviously are very fluid at the moment. We have to wait and watch. The next 1 to 1.5 hours are going to be very crucial. Well, we'll keep getting you all the updates on battle for Karnataka, because things are going to change in the next 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So we'll keep getting you all the updates here on Rajya Sabha television. But time for a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Thanks for watching.